But
Do you
because
know
of that, we also have
no president has ever apologized for slavery?
girl, it didn't exist.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
It didn't exist. It was all illusion, right? No, but other countries do fess up to it, and Portugal is one of those. There's a
Yeah.
big Black presence here, and
Really?
a lot has tapped into, of course, Africa and Cape Cod and all those things that they had tapped into. But there is a large Black presence here in the bigger cities.
Why did you choose Portugal as opposed to any other place in the world?
Um, it felt comfortable. I mean, I grew up in little old Louisville, Kentucky.
Right.
And I lived in the country, not in Louisville proper. So it feels like comfortable, like you wave at your neighbors. The babies don't have phones in their hands all daggone day. They're playing. They are playing on the playground, swinging and coming down slides and all those things. And people are just more friendly. And this is coming from places like I've gone to Italy, I've gone to France, I've gone to all those. And Spain gave me the worst problem ever. But Portugal doesn't feel that way.
So
Let's not forget, they've not been out of dictatorship for very, very long either. It was early 70s when they had their last dictator.
so it's a democracy now.
Mhm.
Real quick before we go to the video, I do want to ask you this question that Jared brought up. If we agree that Black people build America, why would or why should we leave if we built this place here?
I don't know if you watch the news or you're just getting insight on what's happening around us, but it just doesn't feel as healthy. I know for me, after my daughter graduates from high school, I really want to spend a couple years abroad just to take a deep breath. I think that it's exhausting. Like you were saying earlier, we don't even know how we have it healed. We don't even know because we're in it. So we can't until we get out of it and kind of take a breath and we're able to have a perspective that is not inside the belly of the beast. I think it'll change what we think. I mean, if this was an inclusive country, if you didn't see people running down people that they don't know if they're citizens or not and beating them to the ground and then putting them in, like, it just feels very it
Bullshit.
feels very it just feels, aside from, I don't even want to use the word divisive, but it's almost ridiculous. I feel like I live in a Twilight Zone. And so
Seriously.
if making it literally live in a Twilight Zone every day, I put it on Instagram, I'll go through just my thread and it'll be like Twilight Zone, Twilight Zone. I've just started doing it for fun at this point because every time I do it so often, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. And why would you want to live in that?
Yeah.
Right? Why would you? Why are I feel like we're surviving yet again in a country that doesn't really want us.
It's like you playing slug bug on the slug bug, slug bug. You know, you ever play that game when you slug bug? Every
Yes.
time you see, you do that with Twilight Zone.
Yeah, Twilight Zone.
Let's keep score. Let's keep score.
Oh my God. Every time.
Crazy.
So I don't know if anybody else feels that exhaustion of just like,
Yes.
what now? What's gonna happen?
It
Yeah.
is very exhausting. If you had an opportunity to move abroad, Chalet, would you consider it, being that, this is where you're from, your family's here? Would you?
It's absolutely. Number one, absolutely. I've actually been having this conversation with my sisters. Like, y'all, we really need to think about, and some other family members, we really need to think about a pathway out if we need to get out. And I wrote down a note about Jared's comment because I saw it. And I understand what he's saying. Like, we built this country, like, why would we leave, right? But they had us, we didn't build it voluntarily, first of all. And this country wasn't built for us. And they specifically built it for us to be on the bottom rung. So that's the foundation right there. This country is specifically built for us to be and stay on the bottom rung. So it's not like we built this country and it's a great empire for us and now we're gonna leave it and abandon it. That's not the case. And then my question is, what is the alternative, right? And we've got to all agree on this. Like, are we going to stay and revolt and fight for it? And if we're going to do that, okay, what's the plan? What's the plan around that? Because to stay in the muck, when we know it may be even getting worse and not, thinking about the alternative, I think that that's just not a good plan for us as a whole. And I get that everyone may not be able to get up and go, but let's have these conversations early so that we can